Welcome everybody to our second session of Mainly Music at Home for this term, and we have both Abby and I leading this morning, which should be fun. Let's start with our good morning song, shall we? Good morning to you, good morning to you, we're so glad you've come today. Good morning to you. Now, yesterday was a very special day. Can anybody... Oh, it says on the screen, Happy Mother's Day. So huge Happy Mother's Day to all the mums and grandmums out there. We hope you had a wonderful day and were spoilt rotten by your kids. And hopefully, from Mainly Music, you would have received a little box a bit like this. And inside, there will be a lovely... Well, I hope this is not a surprise to you on the screen, but there will be a lovely thermal cup that we hope you'll really enjoy. So happy Mother's Day to you from all of us at Mainly Music. And we're going to continue our session and enjoy some time together as we remember being with our mums. Are we ready? Have you got a big happy smile on your face? Let's go straight with our next song, If You're Happy and You Know It.
You ready to clap your hands? Yeah, that's our first action.
If
You're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
I wonder what's next.
You stomp your feet. Stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. Can you nod your head?
Happy and you know it,
Nod your head. If you're happy and you know it, nod your head. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, nod your head.
I wonder what's next. If you're happy and you know it, jump around. If you're happy and you know it, jump around. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, jump around. Woo! I'm all a bit puffed out from that. Are you puffed out? Lots of jumping up and down? Well, we're going to do a little bit of a quieter one. Round and round the garden. Can you make your hand like a garden? And we're going to be walking around like a bit of a teddy bear. Round and round the garden went
like
the teddy bear. One step, two step, tickle you under there!
Are you ticklish?
I am very ticklish. My daughter knows exactly the right spots to get me.
Round and round the garden like a little mouse. One step, two step, back in his little house.
Oh, there we go. Our next song, we're going to have 5 little ducks. And tell you what, I'm going to try and pop these ducks on my fingers. And 1, 2. Can you count your ducks? All your ducks in a line. All your ducks in a row, as they say.
And I've got the mummy duck.
Oh. 1, 2, 3, especially for today. Mummy is very, very important all the time. And we're celebrating them especially today. Are we ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoop, turn that one around. There we go. Off we go. Let's find out what happened to these 5 ducks to their mum.
5 little ducks went out one day, over the hills and far away. Mama duck said quack, 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 but only 4 little ducks came back.
Only 4 came back. Can you see? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Little ducks went out one day, over the hill and far away. Mama duck said quack, 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 quack,
But only 3 little ducks came back.
Oh dear.
1, 2, 3.
3 little ducks went out one day,
over the hill
and far away. Mother duck said quack, 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 but only 2 little ducks came back.
Just 2 back. Can you see? Keeping each other company.
2 little ducks went out one day, over the hill and far away. Mother duck said quack, 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 but only 1 little duck came back. Just one. 1 little duck went out one day, over the hill and far away. Mama duck said quack, 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 but no little ducks came wandering back.
Where have they gone?
Mother duck went out one day, over the hill and far away. Mother duck said quack, 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 and 5 little ducks came wandering
All came back.
Oh, they all came back.
Wow, there we go. Let's pop those down there, shall we?
All the ducks came back.
Well, that reminds me very much of God, who is always there to protect us. And our parents are always there to look out for us, to comfort, to protect, to understand, and to delight in us. And I think that's fantastic. You know what? That's exactly what Jesus does. He comforts us, he protects us, he understands us, and he delights in us. It says in the Bible, he delights in us. And he rejoices over us with singing, just like we're doing today. Now, our next song is about some more animals. And this one's about a kangaroo, and a koala, and a platypus. Are you ready? Okay, let's sing. You got your fingers and your claws ready like a kangaroo? Kangaroo, 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 can I hop with you? Kangaroo, 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 can I hop with you? God made the kangaroo, and he made me too.
Yes, he did.
I love my great big God, he makes all things new. Kangaroo, 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 can I hop with you? Got a koala here as well. You climb in the tree. Koala, 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 ha ha. Can I climb with you? God made the koala, and he made me too. I love my great big God, he makes all things new. Koala, 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 la la, can I climb with you? Platypus, platypus, puss, puss, can I swim with you? Platypus, 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 puss, puss, can I swim with you? God made the platypus, and he made me too.
Yes, he did.
I love my great big God, he makes all things new. Platypus, 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 puss, puss, can I swim with you? Wow, did you see on the kangaroo, we had a mother kangaroo with her baby, all snuggled up, nice. I thought that was especially for Mother's Day. Our next song, This Old Man, he played 1, we count all the way up to 10. Are you ready? There's some actions for the parents as well to help with.
I don't think that one.
Come on
Come
then.
and sing that one with us.
No, I want to stay here.
Okay.
Are we ready? This old man,
he played 1. He played knick-knack on my drum with a knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. This old man came rolling home.
What comes after 1? Can you remember? 2.
This old man, he played 2. He played
on your
knick-knack on
shoes
my shoe
with
with
a
a knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. This old man came rolling home.
What's after 2, Abby?
I think it's 3.
This old man, he played 3. He played knick-knack on my knee with a knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone.
This old man came rolling home.
1, 2, 3.
4.
Knick-knack man, he played 4. He played knick-knack on the floor with a knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. This old man came rolling home. 5. This old man, he played 5. He played knick-knack on my thigh with a knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. This old man came rolling home. 6. This old man, he played 6. He played knick-knack on my sticks with a knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. This old man came rolling home. 7 rhymes with heaven. This old man, he played 7. He played knick-knack up in heaven with a knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. This old man came rolling home. And 8 rhymes with
Gate.
this old man, he played 8. He played knick-knack on my gate with a knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. This old man came rolling home.
9.
This old man, he played 9. He played knick-knack all the time with a
knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. This old man came rolling home.
And the last one is definitely 10. This old man, time for a big hug.
He played knick-knack once again with a knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. This old man came rolling home.
Well done, everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Really good counting. Now, for our next song, we're going to need our drum again, or a plastic bowl, and maybe a bit of plastic cutlery, parents, if you haven't got that yet. And Abby and I have both got one each. You've got fruit on yours, Abby.
I do, and yours is very spotty.
It is. Can you spot that? Did you get that? And we've got a tapping stick each. Thank you. To be able to bang on our drum softly and a bit loudly and slowly and then quickly. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's play together. Oh, we can play on the big bass drum, and this is the way we do it. Boom, boom, boom goes the big bass drum, and that's the way we do it. Well done, you playing your drum? Let's play loudly on the big bass drum, and this is the music to it. Boom, boom, boom goes the big bass drum, and that's the way we do it. Now what comes after loudly? Softly. Softly on the big bass drum, and this is the music to it. Boom, boom, boom goes the big bass drum, and that's the way we do it. Oh, slowly.
Let's play
Slowly on the big bass drum, and this is the music to it. Boom, boom, boom goes the big bass drum, and that's the way we do it. And after slowly comes quickly. Are you ready? Let's play quickly on the big bass drum, and this is the music to it. Boom, boom, boom goes the big bass drum, and that's the way we do it. Woo! Last big bang. 1, 2, 3, bang! I'm going to pop our drums away, and we'll use them another day, but no more for this session. Okay, now I wonder what our next song is. Can you remember from last week? What have we got? Oh, Wheels on the Bus. Are you ready?
I'm
Okay.
ready too.
Ah, excellent.
Glad to hear it.
Excellent, Abby. Okay. Got your wheels going round and round.
The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round all day long.
Got your wipers ready?
The wipers on the bus go swish, 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 swish. The wipers on the bus go swish, swish, swish all day long. The doors.
The doors.
The doors on the bus go open and shut, open and shut, open and shut. The doors on the bus go open and shut all day long.
What's
People.
next? People.
The people on the bus go up and down.
Can you go up and down?
Up and down. The people on the bus go up and down all day long.
Well done. I think we've got a horn coming up now. Can you press your horn?
The horn on the bus goes beep, 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 beep. The horn on the bus goes beep, beep, beep all day long.
Wow, get quite puffed out with that song. Okay, for our next song, we've got a teapot. Abby, do you want to show us the teapot we've got this week?
A different teapot this week.
This is a teapot that Kate and I were given when we got married. Over 20 years ago. Fancy that? 20 years ago. A long time. Yeah. Wow, okay. It's got a handle and it's got a spout. And we're going to pretend to be that teapot. Are you ready? Now, which way are we going to go first? That way?
Let's go this way.
Okay. Are you ready?
I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Here is my handle, and here is my spout. When I get all steamed up, hear me shout. Just tip me over, pour me out.
Well, there you go. Maybe Mum would like a cup of tea. What do you think?
I'm a little teapot,
It is true.
here's an example of what I can do.
I can change my handle and my spout.
Tip me over, pour me out. Maybe Mum could use her new cup that she got from Mother's Day.
What a good idea.
A little teapot,
Short and stout.
Here is my handle, here is my spout. When I get all steamed up, hear me shout.
Just
Tip me over, pour me out.
lovely cup of tea there. A little bit more. Woo.
I'm a little teapot,
It is true.
here's an example of what I can do. I can change my handle
and my spout. Tip me over, pour me out. Wow, well done. We are going to pretend that it's night time. Can you make your fingers twinkle like stars? So this is the second week we've done this song. Let's have a go, shall we? Up in the sky, God made nighttime.
Stars are twinkling in the sky, in the sky, in the sky. Stars are twinkling in the sky. God made nighttime.
You got a planet, so maybe one hand can be the sun and the planets go around. Round the sun, round the sun, round the sun. Planets circle round the sun. God made nighttime. I wonder what's next. The moon rising up. Moon is rising big and bright, big and bright, big and bright. Moon is rising big and bright. God made nighttime. Ooh, all this talk about nighttime make me a bit tired.
I am sleeping safe
Great
and
idea.
sound, safe and sound,
Safe and sound, I am sleeping.
safe and sound.
Can't get a bit of sleep here, can we? Thank you, Harry. Wow, I think that must be a mum's best time of day. What do you reckon, Abby?
Yes.
Bedtime?
Yes, it is.
Yes. Oh, wow. Okay, tickle rhyme. Time for a tickle.
Can I
Anybody
tickle
ready
you?
for a tickle?
No.
Okay.
No. Maybe parents or grandparents, you could...
Tickle me.
well, maybe you could. Maybe you could tickle your child. Are we ready? If I were a hedgehog and you were a hedgehog with a 1 and a 2
and a 3,
I would tickle your prickles and give you the giggles because you'd be special to me. Well, if I were a kanga and you were a kanga with a 1 and a 2 and a 3, I'd bounce you up high, as high as the sky, because you'd be special to me. If I were a seahorse and you were a seahorse with a 1 and a 2 and a 3, I'd rock you to sleep way down in the deep, because you'd be special to me. Well, I am a person and you are a person with a 1 and a 2 and a 3, and I'll whisper in here, right here in your ear, that you are special to me. Wow. It's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye, everyone. We'll see you all next time for more music fun. Kids, why don't you, if Mum is around, or Grandma, go and give her a great big hug and say, I love you very much. And a special celebration for Mother's Day yesterday. We'll see you all next week. Stay tuned for some morning tea and for some story. Bye.
Hello, today's story is called Basil and the Secateurs and it's written by Andrew McDonough. Once there was a beautiful grapevine, and on that vine lived a branch named Basil. Basil looked at his leaf and said, "What a lovely, luscious leaf." He twirled his tendrils. What terrific, trendy tendrils. He gazed at his grapes. What giant, juicy grapes. Basil was a happy branch. Suddenly, a dark shadow fell. There stood the gardener, and in the gardener's hand No, not the secateurs. Ah, cried Basil. Snip. Basil slowly opened his eyes. He was still alive. He looked for his lovely, luscious leaf. It was gone. "I've been pruned," groaned Basil. But Basil was not one to let things get him down. "Well, at least I still have my trendy tendrils and my giant juicy grapes," he said. Then the dark shadow fell. There stood the gardener, and in the gardener's hand No, not the secateurs. "Oh," said Basil. Snip. Basil opened his eyes. He was still alive. He tried to twirl his terrific trendy tendrils. They were gone. I've been pruned, groaned Basil. But Basil refused to let things get him down. Well, at least I still have my giant grapes, he said. Then the dark shadow fell. There stood the gardener, and in the gardener's hand, no, not the secateurs. Oh, cried Basil. Snip! Basil opened his eyes and gazed where his giant juicy grapes had been. They were gone. I've been pruned, cried Basil. Basil was down. Then Basil heard a voice. Hi, Basil. He looked up. There was the grapevine, and on the grapevine's face was a big smile. Have a look. Basil, I am the vine and you are the branch. The gardener prunes every branch that has grapes so that next summer you will produce even more grapes. Ah, sighed Basil. And sure enough, when next summer came, Basil found he had a new, lovely, luscious leaf, more terrific, trendy tendrils, and a beautiful big bunch of giant, juicy grapes. That's the end of the story. Do you think good times came out of Basil's tough time? I think so.